UDM leader Bantu Holomisa is calling on President Cyril Ramaphosa to extend the deadline for the PIC Commission of Inquiry. Holomisa testified today at the inquiry into the improprieties and governance issues at the institution. Heidi Jacques was there. She joins us now in studio with the latest update. So Bantu Holomisa was at the forefront of actually getting the president to investigate cases of corruption at the PIC. What value did he actually add?
So this dates back to about 2015 when UDM leader Bantu Holomisa brought this to everybody's attention about what was actually going on at the PIC. We do understand that he's written to the president on several occasions to get his attention and to push him to get this commission of inquiry rolling, because he has evidence and many witnesses and whistleblowers have gone to him with evidence and documentation to show that in actual fact there is a lot going on at the PIC, governance issues, impropriety, conflict of interest. And today he testified at the commission because he's been a very prominent voice and one of the main whistleblowers that we've seen with regards to the PIC. And he literally gave the commission files, stacks of files with evidence. Unfortunately, that will not be read into record because of the sensitivity of the information there. But his contribution to the commission will possibly take this investigation to the next level.
So Holomisa also raised concerns about the conflict of interest between the PIC and government officials.
Exactly. So we do know that Holomisa has been very vocal about how the PIC is investing into certain companies that are really questionable. But what was really striking about his testimony today was the fact that he linked ANC government officials to specific companies. For example, at the time when Jabu Moleketi was the Deputy Finance Minister, who automatically makes him the chairperson of the PIC board, the PIC invested into Lebasha Investment Holdings, which the ANC owns has the full ownership of that company, which is a major concern for Bantu Holomisa, given the fact that why is government owning companies that the PIC is investing billions into? He made a very good example to say that it's almost like a sophisticated way of the PIC being captured, because you have all these, it's almost like a concentrated kind of people who are investing into the PIC, and the PIC is granting those investments. Let's just listen to what he had to say.
Yes, I did raise the issue of the conflict of interest, where former employees of the PIC end up going outside on a mandate by PIC to manage some of the funds, but they find an opportunity to create an empire. Where I'm not happy at all is when you see a former deputy minister who was a chairperson of the PIC. When his term ended, he went and joined the same company, which means that this has been planned, a pre-planned strategy to loot the resources or use PIC as a private bank, because the wealth they have accumulated, they should have, one could have expected them to get it from the commercial banks. But this issue of using PIC funds to fund their empire must be exposed for what it is, because not every people of South Africa are aware about this.
So he also wants the president to give the commission more time to investigate and get to the bottom of everything now.
Exactly. So the commission needs to give its final report by no later than the 15th of April. And Holomisa basically saying this is not enough time, also given the fact that the commission of inquiry started late. They were supposed to start last year already, and they only started at the end of January this year. So Holomisa really strong in coming out and saying that the president needs to give sufficient time for the commission to do its work and do its work thoroughly. We have reached out to the president's to find out whether or not they will consider this extension or not.
All right. Thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Our reporter Heidi Jacques monitoring the PIC inquiry.